Now, I already know this is going to be a pretty controversial video, but if you do agree with what I'm saying at the end, I'd appreciate if you could drop it a like, because I think the more people that see this, maybe the more people that agree with it, maybe Rockstar will notice and say, all right, there's a lot of people out there that aren't liking what we're doing, and maybe we'll fix it going into like Red Dead Redemption 2 or one of their future games. Now, I saw this picture the other day, and that's where this whole thing is stemming from. $40 worth of DLC, GTA DLC then versus now. And it's a little odd because, first off, I believe Episodes from Liberty City is sort of like, it's a standoff game. It's technically not a DLC. And then you can't buy a shark card for $40. It's either $20 or $50. And I believe that shark card is the $20 one. So the picture's wrong. And it's from 2015. I think this is an older picture, but it still sort of gets the point across. You know, back when GTA 4 was out, back before GTA Online, you would spend $40 on a DLC or $30 on a DLC and get basically like a new game's worth. The two DLCs for GTA 4, I believe both of them added, 10 to 15 hours of gameplay, added a bunch of new stuff to the game. Same for Red Dead Redemption, the Undead Nightmare. That was an amazing DLC with a fully fledged, I think, story and a bunch of other stuff. But now, even if you compare it to the $50 shark card, that's only giving you $3.5 million in game, which is enough to only buy one car if you want one of the fastest cars in the game. Let's just say the X80. That's $2.8 million. With upgrades, it's probably going to be pushing like 3.1 to 3.2 million. So you only have a couple of $100,000 left. And that's for one car. It's $50 for one car. Now, I know right off the bat, let me just address, people are going to say, well, it's different because that was, back in the day, that was paid DLC, paid expansions. Now it's free DLC with the option to pay for it. And you're completely right. Like, it is a big difference in sort of paid DLC versus free DLC, but I believe, and I think many people believe, it's still a problem. Now, I do just want to say one more thing before we get into the main point of this video. I'm not making this to sort of hate on Rockstar, and I hope that the comment section isn't just like, F Rockstar, man, they're a scummy company. Maybe they are, but that's not going to get us anywhere. We have to sort of be reasonable, and for what it is, this stuff ain't going anywhere. If anything, more games are going to start incorporating what GTA and Rockstar are doing because it's made them $1 billion. However, if we can maybe change it a little bit to be a little bit more consumer friendly, that would be lovely. That's I think all most of us are asking for, and it's not going to change in GTA Online, but maybe, like I said, Red Dead 2 coming out at the end of this year, that's what we can hope for. Now, let's talk about the whole free DLC thing, because that always gets brought up. First off, it's not free because you're paying with your time. Now, I know some people, I guess, don't value their time like others, but you're still paying with your time because you have to put in a ton of hours to grind to get enough money to purchase certain things in game, at least some of the newer things in game that are $3, $4, $5, $6 million. Another thing, and this has happened with pretty much every DLC lately, the vehicles usually have some sort of paywall or grind wall, because technically a paywall means that you can only access it if you pay for it, but that's obviously not true in GTA Online because you can access everything if you grind enough. So I guess you could call it a grind wall, but still there's some sort of wall, there's some sort of barrier between you and getting that vehicle. And that's why the free DLC, quote unquote, is an illusion, so to speak. Like, that's what Rockstar wants you to think, but it's not really true. Let's take the Deluxo, for example. And maybe people out there who don't have a problem with shark cards and don't have a problem with the way the gameplay of GTA Online is going will sort of see why what they're doing right now is so bad with this example. So the Deluxo, it's $3 to $4 million to purchase it. I believe you can get the trade price, which makes it like $3.5 mil, but regular as is, it's like $4.5 mil. Now that just buys the car. If you want the guns, you're gonna have to pay extra, and that's an extra of, let's say, 300,000. I don't know the exact numbers on this stuff, but it's an extra amount. On top of that, 3 to 4 million you're already paying. But that's not even close to the amount of money you have to spend to get the Deluxo, because you need to purchase an MOC, which is, I believe, 1.2 million. But that's not even it, because you have to purchase a vehicle mod shop for your MOC, which is, let's say, another couple of, 100,000 to 300,000. But that's not even it, because to purchase an MOC, you need to purchase a bunker, which is another $1.5 million. So you can see these paywalls, or these grind walls. Yeah, you can get all that stuff for free. You don't need to pay for it. But that's like $6 million that you'd have to grind for. And that takes a long time in GTA Online. And comparing that example to one we had back in the day before shark cards were big and before Rockstar realized how much money they could actually make, the Rhino tank. The Rhino tank was $1.5 million. And that's all you paid. You didn't need to buy an extra shop. You didn't need to buy upgrades to it. $1.5 million gave you the Rhino tank, and that was it. Same for the Buzzard. It was like 1.8 million, and that was it. Nowadays, in addition to the paywalls, let's say like for the helicopters and stuff, you have to buy the hangar, and then you have to buy the mod shop for the hangar, I believe. And then you have to upgrade the helicopters. So you have to do all this extra stuff just to get, what we had before. Now, yeah, some of the stuff nowadays is better, clearly, but that's just a little example of the way GTA has gone. Now, the main thing I have seen people saying regarding that last example is that you don't want the Deluxo, a vehicle that can blow up any car in the game instantly, pretty much. A vehicle that can fly around. You don't want that in everyone's hands. You don't want that at, let's say, $1 million. You don't want everyone having that. You want there to be some sort of grind to get to it. You want there to be some sort of wall, I guess. So not everyone in the lobby has one and it just becomes everyone blowing each other up. And that makes total sense. But I feel like the price of the vehicle could still stay the same. It should be $3 to $4 million, but it should include everything already with it. Maybe you can make the guns extra, but there shouldn't be these other grind walls like the MOC, like the bunker, that you need to pay for before you can get this vehicle. Looking at this from the business side, I mean, this is a great business model. Like I said, it's made them almost $1 billion over the last 5 years. But it's a bad consumer model because you have to grind endlessly, or you have to buy a shark card, which most of the times nowadays doesn't even give you 1/4 of the DLC. I think to close out this video, what I'll say is there should be a limit. And yeah, Rockstar would maybe take some hits in how much money they're making, but I feel like the community would feel much better. And hell, maybe even because people were feeling better, they'd go out and actually spend some shark cards. People who wouldn't go out and spend shark cards, maybe they would. But I feel like the limit should be for each DLC, a Megalodon shark card, which is $100, should get you everything in that DLC if you wanted to purchase it. Now, I know not everyone's gonna go out every DLC and spend $100, but I feel like that's what it should be. For the hangar DLC, that the Smuggler's Run that came out a couple of months ago, if you wanted to purchase everything in it, it would have cost you like $600 real life money. If you wanted to purchase everything, I feel like that's too much. $100, however, I feel like that's much more reasonable, and the grind isn't as much. And talking about the grind, ending on that, it's not like the grind is difficult for the people out there who are gonna argue that. No, today in GTA Online, there's so many ways to make money. The grind isn't difficult. It's just that it's very tedious and sometimes repetitive when you're doing the same missions over and over again. And the reason you have to do the same missions over and over again is because those are the ones that pay good. You're doing the heists over and over again. The heists are fun. When you do them 100 times, they start to lose their charm. And then you have all these other factors, cooldown times, you have all these aimbot NPCs in certain free roam missions. That's sort of the problem with the way the game is now. If the grind was better, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video to talk about this whole topic of GTA DLC then versus now. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Like I said, I know it's probably going to be super controversial, and even with everything I said, I still think people are there going to try and argue that free DLC is good, even though it's clearly not. But maybe if there's enough people that agree with me and Rockstar catches wind of this, then we can save Red Dead Redemption 2. I really do hope that Rockstar does that. I hope it's not as bad as GTA Online, but at the end of the day, I mean, look, they make money, so I don't really know. It's just going to be one of those things we have to just hope for the best and deal with what happens. But we're not going to know, unfortunately, until October 28th. Anyway, though, thank you all for watching. Please drop the video like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more awesome GTA content, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.